capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downside at the same time. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's Futures Education and Trading Program. This is a live outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was created and owned, and it is owned by Chad Christian. He is the CEO and owner of AmericanDreamTrading.com. And we call him Coach. And Coach himself is live each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We are live here with Futures Education and Training from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time daily. And we also have the Aftermarket Show with Dawn, which is live from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. each and every day. You can catch that show over on YouTube. So we have at least 3 times a day that we're live and providing free education as an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com. If this is your first time here, my name is Mark McSee. I am a moderator with American Dream Trading, and I am your host of this show as we talk about futures training and education, and we may even conduct some live trades as time allows. I'm glad you could be here today. If you'd all click subscribe, share the video if you would. Also, like. And also, if you are only on one platform, head on over to, like I say, if you're just on TikTok, head over to, say, YouTube and subscribe over there also. That way you have an alternate account. Let's say if TikTok goes down, or if you're on YouTube, go over and go on TikTok and subscribe over there in case something YouTube goes down. Always have a backup plan, and so that you can always catch our shows as they come on. So thank you for that. Let's try to get our shares, likes over there on TikTok. Let's get go up to get to 9,000 today. That'll be our goal. If you smash that like button, send gifts, whatever you want to do over there. Click, clicky, click, 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 click over there. Welcome everybody over there on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the social networks. We're thankful that you can be here today. Hopefully you'll pick up some education and learn a little bit more about trading in the futures market. And that's what we're concentrated on. Hey, Mark, and that's what we're concentrated on here. Thank you. I was muted again. For the Zoom room. Anyway, we're thankful that you could be here today. All right, let's take a look around here real quick. We've had a very good day in the markets today. It's went up and down and all around, and we use those as an advantage. One of the nice things about futures training and trading is that we make money when the market goes up. We make money when the market goes down. Gold's on a tear right now, as a matter of fact. It had a little bit of chop earlier in the day, but man, look at that. That thing is just taken off all day today. And oil has been up and down today. It's recently started ripping back up again. A lot of money to be made there. What you see in front of you is my trading view screen. Now, I have this linked to my broker, which is Webull. I use TradingView to do all my charting with, and I also trade through TradingView by linking my Webull account to it. You can hook up a lot of your brokers to the TradingView platform, which is a independent software, has nothing to do with American Dream Trading at all. I like it. It's just an independent charting software, and you can trade through it. It offers a lot of more possibilities than a standard broker's screen does. And it's one of the most widely used pieces of software in the trading community. So if you've never used this before, you can go to tradingview.com and check it out. Again, use whatever you like. If you already have a broker and you're happy with it, no reason to use anything else. The key is you must be comfortable using whatever broker you have. and whatever piece of software you're using to trade. Very important. You know how to enter a trade and exit a trade at any time. And all the brokers offer multiple ways of doing that. It's built into their software. Very important you master that before you even think about trading with real money. And also, you should never trade with real money until you get educated, right? You have to acquire a new skill. You have to learn how to do these things. Why do these things do what they do? And what do these indicators mean? And what do all these chart bars on the screen mean? What all these all mean something. This here is telling a story, right? And there's all kinds of tools that you can use to help give you a better make better educated decisions on when to enter and exit a trade. Very rarely does this type of thing happen where it shoots straight up. You get more of this up and down, up and down, up and down. This is fantastic. That's a lot of money you could have made right there, right? And then I have other tools. I have a widget over here. Now this is from my Weeble, which I've kind of doing using two different softwares at the same time. I'm using my broker's software, which is Weeble, and I'm using their L2 order book here as an additional tool to help me make decisions on getting in and out of trade. So I have everything that's going on in crude oil right now, and I can get in and out of this trade. I'll use my historical lines that I drew on my chart, and I'll kind of look over here once in a while and see what the L2 is doing. Is there any big walls that may stop it from going higher, or is there any walls down low that might drop and pull the price down like a magnet? So where there's walls at, they tend to act as a magnet and draw the price to there because people want to get in at a certain price and they want to get out at a certain price. So having that knowledge kind of gives me a little bit of heads up. Now, do I need this? Do I have to have this? No. This is just a tool in my tool belt. I like it. I use it extensively. But I also trust my charts where I have my historical lines drawn on there. How did I learn to do that? By being a member of AmericanDreamTrading.com. So I would encourage you to head over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and join our free Discord. Once you get there, scroll down a little bit, you'll see a link there to join our free Discord. And by doing so, you can interact with other members of our community. You can ask questions, you can hang out, interact, pick up some hints and tips, and you also have access to some of our training videos and documents that you wouldn't get by not being a member of our Discord. And you can also check out and ask questions about our memberships and anything else in there. And there's discounts. There's all kinds of different things in there. And we do offer memberships, by the way, of at all different levels, right? About every budget. We have a lower level and we have a top of the line level and everything in between. So check that out, AmericanDreamTrading.com. So now that I've seen this thing, how it's shot to the moon, as we would say, would I jump in this trade now? Well, it's maybe already had its big run of the day. Who knows, right? So I have to evaluate what's going on. I have some levels that it's got to break through. Right now, it's sitting at one of my critical levels, right? Historically, this is where it hangs out. I'll look over here, maybe look at my L2 and see if there's anything. There's some orders breaking down here. I could jump in if I wanted to scalp this. Now, Coach has two major strategies, I guess, if you want to call that. One of them is the 2-minute EWO trading strategy, which we use this Elliott wave down here, and with Coach's logarithms that's built into this, what you see on my screen is a script developed by Coach's 33 years of experience of training and being in the stock markets. Helps us make better decisions on when to enter a trade. So in the oversimplified version, we would enter whenever there's a color change, right? Here it went from red, which denotes a downward trend. Now it's in green, which denotes an upward trend. So we would enter whenever the next bar is larger than the first. It may not always be the second bar. Most of the time it is, but not always. So this would have been my entry point. So I would have waited. And what this does is it helps you to wait a little bit longer to see if this trend is truly going to form. So this would have been really, this would tell me basically Oh, again, I'm oversimplifying. This is a lot more that goes into this, but this would be my entry point because entry is the key to profits, right? The better off your entry is, of course, the more profits. If I'd have waited to get in up to on this candle, I'm like, oh, it's climbing. Look at all that it did, right? And I jump in here. Well, now it's only up to here, so my profit is not near what it should be. So using Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, I would have got in at a better spot, right? And then look how much more my profit potential is here, right? So that is one of his trading strategies. Another thing that we do is we do what's called scalping. Okay, uh, Azad, I see you over there in TikTok. This is this is light crude oil futures. It's not a stock. We were talking about futures. It's a futures contract. So thanks for that question. This is in light crude oil. So if I jump in this, I'd be trading oil futures. So the other thing we can do is another strategy is to scalp. Well, what's scalping? Scalping basically is I'm jumping in and out at will, right? I'm just going to grab what I can grab in profit and then get out of the trade, right? I'll take what I can get. It's like a momentum thing. I'm grabbing what I can get, why it's there to get, and when I get enough profit in there that I want to take it, then I'll exit my position and bank that profit. Maybe in there. I'll just show you here. Let's just say I'm going to get in this, right? Okay. Um, let's just go here. All right. Let's just say I want to jump in this now. Again, I'm going to look at different things. I just don't jump in things willy nilly. But just as an example, okay, I jump in. I always have a stop loss when I trade, and the stop loss prevents if after I enter this trade, if this pulls back a lot against me to where I'm going to lose money, this will limit how much money I will lose. You never trade without a stop because you don't know when you enter a trade whether it automatically pull back from you. Now, we have tools to help us see if this is potentially going to be a good trade. I can look at my L2 and all that. I just jumped in here just to show you about this. Okay, I wouldn't have jumped in here willy nilly, but I have a stop loss here. All right, so if I make a poor decision or somebody comes in and dumps a bunch of contracts, right, and the price drops, this limits how much money I can lose. Okay, now you can see right here because I just jumped in there, I'm already down $180 on this trade. Now I am on a simulated account. This is not real money I'm losing here. I am using a paper trading account. Okay, so I'm not really losing money here. I don't use my real account during my when I'm training people. All right, because I'm looking over my other screen. It's got TikTok and YouTube and all the other chat box things on there that we're watching, and I'm answering your questions and just I'm distracted. So I use this as a training tool. So, I'm not wrecking my real account. Right, I made good money today. There's no reason for me to fool around with my real money. Okay. So I already entered the trade. I have a stop loss. So no matter what happens, this limits my downside potential of loss. Now you do have to give it some room, right? You have to be willing, have a risk management where you want to, how much money you're willing to risk on a trade while it decides whether it's going to go up or not. And right now, as you can see, I had this line here. And why I said I wouldn't have entered this trade. Whenever I get to a new level, I want to wait for a break and hold, okay? That it's going to show a more upward momentum. And I'll break and hold. What I'm looking for is actually like this candle here and another candle that would start to form above this one and break and hold. Now, this one tried to form a candle, but it didn't hold. It pulled back. This one here is still sitting here deciding because I didn't wait on a break and hold, I ended up I am costing myself money, right? Because I went against my own trading criteria. So there you go. You see how that stop worked? That pulled back enough to where I had my stop set. Now I can't lose any more money. It automatically kicked me out of the trade, and I'm done with this trade. Okay. So in this case, I lost money. Okay. Now the other thing that a stop is useful for, let's just say, well, this one here is teetering. This may not be the best example because it's going to sit here for a while until it decides to break out. Let's see if we can find something that's moving up, moving one way or the other. Everything's kind of just jammed there. But we'll go ahead and use this. I'll go short on this because we can go short, right? I can have a stop loss in here, right? I can jump in here. I'm going to short this, meaning I think the price is going down. Again, I just jumping in here to prove a point. Okay. So again, I have my stop loss because I never trade without one, right? You always put your stop loss in to protect your downside. How do I lose money when I'm in a short? In other words, I believe the price is going to keep dropping. I make money when it comes down. How do I lose money? If the price goes back up, right? So if it turns green, I'm going to lose money. As you can see, I'm up $300, $400 right now. Now I can use my stop loss and start locking in my profit. So I can go, now I wouldn't move it down this quick, but just showing you now, no matter what happens, I am going to make money. Boom. See how that worked? That's why I don't move it down that tight. You got to give it room to breathe, is what we call it, right? But it doesn't matter. I still locked in profits, even though that shot back up. I don't know what money was on there. It's not important. I had a green trade because I moved my stop on the other side of where I entered at, and I locked in my profits. So that guaranteed me a good trade, even though you can see how short-lived that was, right? So a scalper will do that, all in and out, in and out, in and out, right? Continuously. I can jump back in if I wanted to, right? So here I go. There's my stop loss. I'm going to slide this down, right? I'm going to give it some room to breathe. So what I'll do is I'll be willing to take a loss. So I'll leave it there. As this moves down further, then I will start moving my stop locking. Now, you're saying, well, it's $300. I'd lock that in. Well, you can, right? I can move that down right there, right now. Watch. So if that pulls back, I'm guaranteed money. Okay. Now I can show you. Let me change the setting here. I can show you. It'll actually show you the value here. If I can do it before this kicks me out. Again, I don't trade my profit and loss. That's why you don't see it. So right now I'm guaranteed $180 profit on this trade. And as this moves down further, I'll slide my stop down. Boom. See that? It pulled back. Bang, that quick. Now I locked in $180 profit. Now, there's the problem with getting your stops too tight. See that pulled back? Now I'm missing this profit potential out. But as a scalper, I can jump right back in. This is the beauty of trading margins. Now, is it wise for me to jump in here without looking around and seeing what's going on, what's the orders doing here? Is this going to be a good trade if I jump in? Now, right now, let's see. I got a big order here. It might want to pull down too. So let me see here what's going to happen. All right. So here's my stop way up here. I'm going to slide this down. I go in with big stops and then adjust it because some things I trade are really volatile. Oil's not technically not that volatile compared to if I was trading the standard Poor 500 or the Nasdaq. They're really volatile. That's why I just leave a standard stop loss and then I'll adjust it for the type of product that I'm currently trading. So so right now, I jumped in a little early here. I was looking here at this 62 level, which is down here, right? For pulling, there's a wall there. These are starting to sell off here, right? So I'm hanging out here. I'm watching my L2 a little bit. This is a tool. You don't have to have this, but I like it. I learned how to use this about a year and a half ago. It takes a while to learn how to use it, but it's not a requirement. Having a good chart with your good historical levels is just as effective because these people are going to generally buy and sell at these levels. If I know where they're at, the professional traders also know where they're at. So, this is no great revelation in the trade here. So I can give this time, let it work. I'm going to keep my stop up here. What I might want to do is just move this down a little bit closer. Well, you're willing to give up $400 loss? Well, if that's the type of trader you are, yeah. So I'm watching here. And if I see things starting to reverse, see when I watch, it's going to stop me from losing more money. This trade go against me. But it's coming up to this level. So I have my stop just above that. So I'm going to hope that this holds. And if it don't, right, I'm looking here. There's wants to pull down here to the 69. See that wick just got me and kicked me out of the trade. Again, it limits my losses. See how that reverse course? That's why we never trade without a stop, because we want to protect our downside. And then we also use it in the opposite way. We use it to lock in our profits. So it serves two purposes. This one here is just kind of teetering where it's at. There's not really a strong indication here that it was going to pull way down here where I'd like to see. I'd like to see something down here in the 60s. And you can see it wasn't at that time. But it may very well. I can keep re-entering. That's what a scalper does. They can get in, get out, get in, get out. You can do that all day long when you're trading futures because you're trading on a margin account. The minute you're out of a trade, your money is settled and you can start retrading it. Unlike if you're trading stocks or stock options, you have to wait till the next day for that money to be settled before you can start trading it again. So that's one of the advantages of a margin account. It can also be a disadvantage. If you overtrade, right, you can lose a lot of money. So you got to be careful because you can get a gambler's mentality. So let me look at some questions we have here. Crisp over on YouTube live chat asks, what levels of subscription do you have that's shown on my screen, and where do I make the trading view or in Webull for other brokerage accounts? All right, so that's two questions I'll ask you. This level is just you can have. This is just a basic level. You don't have to buy the more expensive level, as TradingView sells different levels. Also, they have three main packages. Now I own the most expensive package because it allows me to do more, and as a moderator, I share my screen, so I have more. It allows me to open up more tabs of charts. It just I pay for the higher end one. It just I use it, right? Do I use everything that it offers in the high package every day? No. To do this, you only need the lower package. Okay, what you see me doing right here, the lowest price package will take care of that. And with that, you with your membership, you get these coaches 2.0 indicators, and that will work fine just with the lower ones. Now you can't go open up 50 different windows. It's not going to let you do that. There's a limit. So, but that's why I have the higher one. It doesn't make me a better trader or anything. I have it because as a moderator, I'm sharing my screen and I can have these things preloaded, and I can click from one to the other. There's just a lot of possibilities and things you can do. So that's the only reason I have the higher cost package. If I wasn't a moderator and I wasn't sharing my screen, I wouldn't have the higher priced one. I just have it just because of that reason. Um, so how do you link your account? Well, down here at the bottom, you can see it shows that I'm using a paper trading account, right? I can go up here, and what I do is I pop this up. Let me close this. Let me exit out and log out of my account. These are some of the brokerages that you can have, the brokers, and you can link to your account, right? So you can see I have Webull here, right? When I click that, that will actually click and connect my real live account with TradingView. Now I'm doing paper trading, so I come over here and click paper trading. Okay, so but you can see there's different brokers. There's Interactive Brokers, TradeStation, Tasty Trade, Moomoo. There's all kinds of them. Now there's a whole bunch more you can do. By if you click on this, it says all brokers. It'll take you to the web page and it will show you every one they have. I don't know exactly how many there is. I haven't looked at it lately. But if you don't see your broker, now you're not going to be able to connect. I don't believe you're able to connect like Fidelity or Vanguard, the great big brokers, because they have their own closed system. But a lot of these, like Webull and them, and Interactive Brokers, we have members that live outside the country. A lot of them use Interactive Brokers. It's kind of like a worldwide. Webull is not worldwide. I know you can use it in Canada. I don't know if it's anything besides the U.S. and Canada at this point. And again, I don't keep up on all that, but anyway, you can look at this and click on more brokers if you don't see what you like there. Use whatever one you like. You don't have to use Webull. It's just what a majority of us at American Dream Trading use because that's what Coach uses to train with. Um, Robinhood, you can't connect to this for those of you like Robinhood or don't like Robinhood but have an account anyway. Okay. So the big name ones that you hear every day, no. But go check it out. You'll have to look and see if the broker that you have or you like or considering you can trade with. So there's that. Let's take a look. I appreciate everybody over there on TikTok Live. I see Gene and Han and NMM and Wearing Steel and Grinding 404 and everybody else jumping in out there. See DJ Steve in there also and Ralph and Candlestick Johnny. Welcome back, everybody. Again, if you have a question, feel free to type it into the chat box on your social media platform. CVS Frog over there on Twitch. And I'll try to answer your questions live as time allows. Let me see. Am I a scalper? Yes. To my core, I guess I am a scalper. I wasn't. I am a big believer in Coach's 2.2 minute EWO strategy, where this helps you get in good, and then you can ride it. Now, it doesn't tell you when to get out. You learn how to do that through your education and training that we provide. I believe that 99% of all our American Dream Trading members should be using the EWO trading strategy. It helps you get an entry and then helps you to maximize your profits. Now, there's a part of the trading session that's called the pre-market, which starts at 4 a.m. Eastern time every day. I went in there and learned how to trade in the pre-market, right? I listened to the other moderators, was in there, applied what they learned from Coach, and we're teaching in the pre-market. One of our Actually, one of our millionaires, multimillionaires, is there still every single day in the pre-market, and a membership has its advantages. If you have a VIP or larger membership, you can go out there and hang out with the millionaires and hang in there, and they're there every day teaching. Do they need to be in there with the kind of money they've made? No, but that's just the kind of people we have in American Dream Trading. They are there to help and see other people succeed like they did. They want the best for everybody that's in there. They ask questions all day long. So I went into the pre-market. Now, the pre-market and the stock market itself is a different ball game. It's riskier. You cannot trade with stops. There's no stops at all. The only thing you can trade is stocks, and most of them are penny stocks. We'll trade stocks in there that we've never heard of. We don't even know what they do. We don't care. We are trying to gain the upward momentum, and 99% you can't trade down. Even if you have a margin account, most of them don't have, you can't, they're not shortable. So you can only make money when they go up. So you're limited on the multiple ways that you can make money in the markets. So you're limited to an upward motion to make money. So if the stock drops and rides down, you can't write it down because most of them aren't shortable because they're small companies and things. But we don't care what the name of the company is. We don't care what they do. Matter of fact, we don't even, 90% of the time, we don't even look at what they do. We don't care. We're there to grab whatever we can as the price goes up. Sometimes we're only in it a minute. Sometimes we're in it 5 minutes. It just depends. It's just whatever happens. A lot of times it'll climb for 2 minutes and then just crash. And that's the nature of the penny stocks. Um, Penny stocks are generally anything under $5 a share. But you can make really good money in there. I've made really good money in there over time. But when I was there, because you can't trade without a stop, your finger is your stop. So you have to be willing to click that mouse at the first sign of losing profits, right? Or if you get into a losing trade, you got to just plan it, get out. So you have to be quick in thinking, quick in mind, quick in your mechanics, and basically you are scalping. That is what we are doing in there. You're scalping. You're getting in and get out. So that's where I learned my skills, even though I didn't realize it at the time. I was learning how to become a scalper, and I found that I like that quick hit. It's exciting when you can make big money in a matter of minutes. It's just I don't care who you are. It gets them endorphins going, right? And you got to watch. You have to control your emotions because you can get carried away, right? And you get into like a gambler's mentality, and you have to be very careful and control that. But I learned so much in there about scalping and how to ride the momentum up because I didn't have a margin account. I couldn't short anything, even if it was shortable, right? So if it pulled back, I had to get out. So that teaches you quick ins and out, in and out, in and out, in and out type of thing. So I found out I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. I don't know if you want to call it a rush. I do. I say it's like being a crack addict, right? You're in there for the quick fix, the quick hit, get in, get out. So that's scalping. Now, a scalp could be seconds, it could be minutes, it could be a half an hour, right? If it's still climbing, if I'm using my indicators that I have to help me make informed decisions on what I'm going to do in a trade, if I'm fortunate enough to have some lines on my chart to help even more, right? That's how I learned to get lines on my charts in a hurry because these penny stocks would jump up and we had no idea what their levels. So I would hurry up and go to a longer point, like a 4 hour chart, and then I would hurry up, slap some lines on there. Okay. I would look quick. Well, oh, it's up here. Oh, I'm going to put a line there, line there, line there, line there. Literally takes seconds to do that once you acquire that skill. So I kind of learned, it helped me with my charting also. I had to get information as fast as possible when entering a trade. And I also learned how to read the L2 in the pre-market. So I learned other skills while hanging out at 4 a.m. every morning. Do you want to get up at 4 a.m.? Most people probably don't. They don't want to make that effort. Do you like making money? And guess what? Starting at 4 a.m., you can start making lots of money. So if you only get up, you normally get up at 5 or 6. Well, try getting up at 4 and hanging out in pre-market. So that's how I kind of acquired my scalping mentality, and I kind of like that. Now, again, if I have my choice and I have my dithers about it, I will play an EWO first if I can. If I am there at the time and I can see an EWO forming like here, I would enter the trade. Now I'm going to use this as it telling me here's a place I may want to enter. Now I still have to decide whether I want to enter or not, right? Now in this case, this EWO form, but it was right here. It's too critical. VWAP and this 200 here. So I would have actually waited just a hair more for it to break through here and get above these two very strong indicators. And if you've listened any time at all, VWAP is the number one strongest indicator in the world. Everybody uses it. And then the second one would be this 200 MA, which in this case, this happened to be together. So I would have actually waited for this candles to get above that, which I also have a level here. So I would wait for it to break that. So I would have personally, even though this would have worked out in this case, looking at it hindsight, I would still wait till it got above VWAP here before I would have entered this trade. So I really would have got in on this candle, rode that all the way up. It consolidated up here. Consolidation means the price is pretty much the same between the buyers and sellers. So your candles will go sideways. So then you have to make a decision. Do I want to ride through this? Do I want to hold and wait and see if it's going to break through? It teased a bunch of times. So while Coach's 2-minute EW strategy helps you decide when to get in, you still have to decide by your education and training and experience when to exit a trade. Now, me, because I still have that scalper's mentality, I'm going to get out of the trade when it sits here too long. That's just how I am. Okay. Now, the great thing about futures, and it can also be a bad thing, depending on how you harness the power. Okay. With great power comes great responsibility. I can jump in and out. I could go up, ride this candle from here to there, lock in my profit and get out if I'm unsure what it's doing, if it teeters there. And then I can ride the next candles or next two candles, however I want to do it. You can get in and out as much as you want because we're trading a margin account. Now, that's a dangerous thing to do because you can overtrade. So you got to be careful. Again, great power comes great responsibility, right? I know I sound like Star Trek, right? Or whatever. So, how long? Let me go back here real quick. Is there any benefit? Grinder asks. Let me scroll back up further. There's a lot of questions coming in today. Let's see here. Go back up. F Lion, you said, why did none of you put a header on what you're trading? I hate spending 15 minutes trying to figure out. Well, you can clearly see there's a watermark here that shows this is light oil futures. That is the watermark. See it here on my chart? I can see it there also. And up here, it also tells you what it is right here. Top left-hand corner on TradingView. There is a watermark on all my charts. And perhaps you didn't notice that. Okay. What else we have? What stock is this again? I answered that. This is futures, and this is the oil I'm looking at presently. And we're talking about futures, so I won't answer that question. And I just kind of showed you what I was looking for on a good scalp. And thanks everybody for sharing the feed and following. Appreciate it. Grinder asks, can you give an example of a confirmation to enter on a short-term trader or a scalp of SPY, which in this case would be this S&P 500. It would apply the same thing like I just described here, using my indicators. Once you get a chart charted out, you trade to trade, right? A chart's a chart. If I can trade oil because I have that, I have my charts traded on out here on currencies. I can trade that. Once you learn how to chart and use your indicators, you can trade anything in the world. The same rules and principles apply to everything. So I'm using my indicators and my levels to decide what I'm going to enter a trade. Now, if I was going to jump, here's the S&P 500, which is what the futures contracts are called. Yes, you are right. It is the same thing as SPY, okay, in the stock option world. So again, if I was going to jump in this now, I'm going to look and see and make a decision based on what the information is in front of me. I have my historical levels on my chart. I have my indicators here that I'm looking at. I want to know, first of all, where's VWAP? Where's the MA 200, 200 MA? Well, they're down here. That's great because it's in an upward trend and these are down here out of the way. So I don't have to worry about this resisting on the two strongest indicators that there are. So you need to know where they're at. Now, these are a non-issue because they're way down here. Only time I'll have to worry about these is if I'm playing a short and they're coming back down. So right now, the trend is up. As you can see, it broke through. Now, my ideal entry would have been back here when it broke this level. So now if I'm jumping in this, I have to be a scalper, right? As you can see how good Coach's indicators work. Here's this, the second bar is larger than the first. Right there's my entry. Perfect entry, right? So if I was doing an EWO trade, now I'd had to enter back here. Now I can't play the EWO strategy because I didn't enter when I should have, so my profit potential is less. So I now have to treat this as a scalp. Now this could continue to climb and I'll keep riding it. So I would have to treat this as a scalp. And what's that mean? I have to be prepared to enter or exit a trade at a moment's notice now that I'm in this, okay? Now, I'm still waiting here now because I've entered so late. I have to uh, be more cautious. Now, why am I going to be more cautious? Because I can see right here, right now, it's almost coming back up to its high of the day. That will be a strong point of resistance. So, is my profit potential worth risking real money to jump into this trade right now? And me personally, I would say no, because I can only make money from here to there. Now, can I make money from there to there? Yes. And it can continue to climb. Now, I personally wouldn't enter this trade just because of that. It's just a little bit more risk than I like because we have these candles that topped out here. Okay. So if I move this down to where the previous high of day was today, it would be here, right? Even though I had my level up a little higher. So if I put this back where at the tops here, so I can only make enough money between there and there. Now, if you have a lot of contracts, yes, you can make a lot of money between here and there, right? See, I could jump. There's nothing stopping me from jumping in here, right? I could do that. I could do a quick scalp. I'll move my stop up just below where it broke through here, just in case it pulls back, right? So even though I jumped in, I could go up here and play this and hope that it comes up here as it approaches this new where it was the previous high of today, right? See on here, it tells you that number, okay? Right now, I'm bebopping back and forth a little bit. And by the way, I'm doing market trades instead of limit, and I'm getting in and getting out, right? Now, I can use my stop to help exit. Trading View even allows me to click this over here, and I can exit the trade, or I can slide my stop up, or I can literally come over here and hit the sell button, and it will get me out of the trade. Right now, I'm at break even, right? So I have this up here just to show you what I'm making on this trade. Okay. When I am in my real trades, I do not trade my profit and loss because that will cause you to exit a trade. Oh, I'm up $20, I'm getting out. Or, oh, I lost $20, I'm getting out. So now I'm in a profit here, right? A little bit. And now I can use, if I want to, again, I don't have much room to move here, but if I want to lock in my profits, no matter what, I can slide my stop up a little bit higher when I bought it at, right? I need to change this just to show you here real quick. See, now, no matter what, I'm going to make $20 on this trade. As this climbs, I can move my stop up a little bit tighter. Now, if it pulls back to there, I'll make $30. So no matter what, I can make $30 out of the 70 if I would close it off right now. See, I could just turn around and sell it right now and I'd make $60, right? But I'm going to let this work because see how that worked? It came down, pulled back, right? So I could have done two things there. I could have sold at when it was up there higher, took my profit, went home. But I chose to move my stop up, lock in my profits just to see if it would happen to come up here and break through because I may have limited my profit potential. And those are the kind of decisions you have to make as a trader. Do I want to always lock in when it pauses, when it come up here, I pause for a second? And I already told you that it may not break through there, right? And that's exactly what happened. It come up here. It didn't exactly hit it, but it got close and it pulled back because every other trader knows that same thing is going on there. That's the high of the day today. So that's another serious level that it would have to break through. And it could very well break through in the next 5 minutes, right? So using all this information and putting all this entire encyclopedia of things that's on my chart here, once you learn these things, it'll help improve your trading and your profit potential. So you look, now it's going to test it again. I already know that's a high of the day, right? Where my line's at, right? Actually, I got it off just a hair here. Let me move that up. What's it at? 699.25. Anyway, I'm going to keep playing with it. So you can see it rejected off that, right? So now it's pulling back just because that is a level based on the high of the day. And those are important things to know. What's the new high? What's the high of the day? What's the low of the day? What's the previous high of the day? What's the previous low of the day? A lot of those things are important factors in your trading on a day-to-day basis. And you can use that information to help maximize your profit. And as you know, that's what people did. They rode that up, knowing that was the hot previous high of the day. So they rode that up. They were patient. They rode it up. And as soon as it got close, they're like, "Okay, I'm out, I'm taking my profit, and we'll see what happens." Now I can re-enter. Would I re-enter this trade now? Nope, because it's at the new high of the day. It's still fighting there, right? I will only re-enter this trade as if it breaks above this line, right, and holds, breaks and holds. In other words, another candle starts to form. Okay, and then I can jump in and scalp that. It's a little more conservative way. That way I don't, lose money. Can I get in there and click real quick? Yeah, I can. But I like to see a confirmation. I want to see something that gives me more of a reassurance that this is continuing in an upward trend. Right now it's not. It's testing the new high of day, right? So I can sit here and wait and be patient and see what happens, right? There it is. It's trying to break through. They're trying to push it up. Okay, it's up. Now I could, if I jump in this right now, I could try to grab the quick profit, but I don't. That's not the type of trader. I am a momentum trader, and you could get in and get out real quick, right? Matter of fact, there's buttons designed to do that. I can buy right here. I can jump in right here. I can go bang, jump in, bang, jump out that quick. That's what these buttons here are for. Buy it market, sell it market. There's no stop. That was without a stop, so I didn't have to deal with any of that. So there's buttons and things designed within this software to do that very thing. But again, I am going to wait for this to break and hold. Now, jumping in and out like that, one thing there is involved that I didn't mention, by doing that, I actually lost money by doing that because there's a transaction fee for buying contracts and futures. With Webull, it's $1.45 to purchase a contract, $1.45 to sell it. So I got to make $3, basically $2.90. So I know I got to make $3 to come out ahead. So jumping in like this, bang, bang, I better be up $3 doing that, right? So that's important to know that also. That's an important thing. It has to move so far before you jump out to make a profit. Now, sometimes you just have to jump out to cut your losses too. So you have to learn how to do that. Again, this is trying to decide. It's breaking it, but it hasn't held it yet. I am waiting for a break and hold. So I'm going to wait for this candle. Now, could I scalp that? Yep, I could have used those two buttons, jumped in and out. Now, if I'm going to be in it for more profit, no, I'm going to wait for a confirmation that this is not going to pull back and go against me and lose money, because people can do the exact same thing. See these red candles over here earlier? This thing went up and they boom, sold all off at one time. And that's what can happen to you over here. They're testing new waters here. This is a new territory for today, right? So anything can happen to this trade at this moment. So again, I want a reassurance of nothing's for sure, but I want to see that break and the next candle start to form. And then I can run in there and scalp it. There it is. That's perfect because it's sitting on the shoulders there. So I might jump in that for a quick scalp. Let's see if it decides to keep going up. It may not, but at least I had one start to form. You can see I'm up $10 already. I can go boom. It sat there for a second. I got out. I just locked in $10. Do I want to jump back in? If I do, I can, right? I didn't really look to see what was going on. That was not a wise decision to do that. Now I'm down 20, right? But I'll give it a few minutes here. It's in an upward motion right now. My indicators are good. I'm above this level here, right? I got my finger on the button. So if I get some profit, now I'm showing you as a scalper. This is what I do, right? As a scalper. So when this gets up there a little bit more, right? It just so happened I didn't wait for a little bit of a pullback on that candle before I entered. So here it is. I'm up here. Right now I'm at break even. I'm at my entry point. I'm talking fast because I think you got to think fast when you're in these type of things. So you'll notice when I'm discussing a real trade, my speech pattern gets accelerated also, and I talk fast anyway. I tried to slow that down. I have to make a conscious effort to do that. So I'm sitting here patient. I'm down $20 in this trade. Do I want to be patient here, right? Number one, let me get my L2 up here so I'm looking at the right numbers. You can see how fast these numbers move here. Do I have a wall here forming? Yeah, maybe right here, this 102 level. So that's right up here, right above where my entry point was. So I'm gonna hang on to this for a few minutes or seconds. Okay, now it's pulling back. Do I sit here patiently? Well, it's still kind of hanging there. I'm going to give it a little bit of time to move. And this is part of the psychology too. You have to train yourself to allow these movements and not to panic every time, right? Now, I could exit that very well. See, I'm down $50 now. Now I got to wait for this to push back up. Do I exit? It depends on your account size, how much you can want to lose, or potentially lose, and your risk tolerances. I may have a higher risk tolerance than some of you, and I may not have as high of a risk tolerance as some of the other ones of you. So I'm giving this time to move. It's still in an upward momentum. My indicators are still good. It's not telling me to get out of this trade yet, based on everything I see here. Let me shrink this here down a little bit. I exaggerated that so I could show that to you, right? So I'm hanging on here. Now I'm only down $20. I'm giving it time to move, time to breathe. I can see by these other lines, the bid and ask, or they're fighting over the price right now. So that's reflected from this L2 order book system over here. Here I am now. I'm only down 10, right? Because this is slowing down a little bit. If this breaks up above there, I guarantee you I'm going to start taking my profit. I'm not happy with the steady upward movement that it's doing right now, volume wise, right? Volume has dropped a little bit. So now I can get out of this trade right now. I'm up $20. Pure scalper. I might just lock that in. I'll give it a second here just to see if it wants to continue this way. If it pauses at all as a scalper, I'll bang. I can get out of it. Good. I just locked in $20. Paid $20 in how many minutes, right? Didn't take that long. Now I sat into that when I got out. I can rinse and repeat and do that all day long, right? So that's what a scalper does. Going in there just for the momentum. If the momentum changes, out I go. I take my ball and I go home. So that's what a scalper does. That is very hard. You could see, because I showed you what the price fluctuation was going. I was down $50 at one point, wasn't I? So that is something that you have to overcome and develop over time. And it's hard to do. Scalping is the single hardest skill to have. And I developed that over the last year and a half. So I'm very comfortable doing that. Okay. Do I get red trades because of it? Yes, I do. I lose money doing that. What I just did there happens every single day, but I am green most days. And so I'm doing fairly well on it. Okay, and that's not to be a braggart. I've developed a skill over the last 2 years that nobody can take away from me, because I was educated and trained by coach and through American Dream Trading on how to do these things. Grinder, yes. Is there any benefit to level two when you're scalping SPY? Probably no, because quite frankly, there's such high volume in any of the indices, whether it's the S&P, whether it's the Nasdaq, the Russell. There's such high volume in here. These numbers move so fast. Now, what I have found is I can take my L2 and I can bring it down. Now, you have to have the real estate on your screen to do it. I will literally stretch these out when I'm trading like this. And I am not a heavy trader of the indices. I try to stay away from them. They're not my favorite things to trade. Now, I did trade the Nasdaq early this morning when it dumped. I was jumped in that. I made real good money on that. I do like the Nasdaq. I trade in options. I trade the QQQs, which is the stock option. Now I haven't traded lately, but it was one of my jams for the longest time. So what I've found is if I take my L2 out here and stretch it out, I can see these bars forming out, and we call those walls. Those are points of resistance. There's a big set of orders over here, and this pulls out. You can see that's where it wants to pull it down. If I'm looking at the seller's side, right, I could see where people want to dump their shares at. And you can see how much this moves around. It's really hard to do this with the indices because of the high volume. Now, it's hard to learn how to do the L2 period. It takes screen time. What this is doing versus what you see on your screen, training your brain. It takes weeks really to get that skill down, if depending on how fast you pick up things. So I don't use it as much on here. Now, if I'm looking at oil or gold, man, it's worth its weight in gold, right? If I'm trading crude oil, see how the numbers don't move as fast because it's not, while it is heavily traded, it's not as much like your S&P 500, right? That's one of your most traded things in the world. So it's a little bit lower key here. I can make better decisions using this on gold. I have to pay for this. Okay, this L2 with the futures is like $40 a month. Do I like paying that? No, I hate it. I cringe every time I got to pay that. But I guarantee you, I make more than $40 a day using this, and this cost me 40 for a whole month. So for me to use this in trading slower moving things like gold and oil, it more than pays for itself, hands down. Currencies, it pays, but I don't use it for the indices. Now I can and I do, but it's a lot. It's just so many numbers there. It's hard on the brain. It's hard on the eyeballs. So yes, I don't use it that much on indices. How long have I been working with ADT? I've been a member of ADT for 2 years and about 3 weeks. As a matter of fact, I just celebrated my second year anniversary, the first part of January. This is what I do full time. This is my full time vocation. If I don't make money, I don't pay my bills. It's that simple. I don't have a 9 to 5 job that I can go to pay my bills if I'm not successful doing this. If I don't make money on a regular basis, I don't pay my car payment, I don't pay my house payment, I don't pay my electric bill, etc. So yes, this is my full-time job, if you want to call it that, and I treat it that way. I make sure I'm in here the hours that I need to be, just like I was if I was going to a real job. Some days I may have made what money I need literally in 15 minutes, and I could quit for the rest of the day. That's one of the benefits about being a day trader is freedom of time. If you do well, you can walk away anytime you want. Some days I can do that in a half an hour, right? And literally walk away. If I make enough money to pay my bills and I decide that that's all I need, then hey, I'm done for the day. I could shut her down. Now I'm a moderator, right? So I have certain expectations being a moderator with a company. So it is like a real job. It is. And I treat it so. So I made commitments to coach as a moderator that I will be here and I'll be here every day from 2 to 4. Actually, I'm here from noon to 4 live training our members because we start training 2 hours before we even go live. And actually, trading futures, we are able to trade 23 hours a day. It's only shut down for 1 hour a day between 4 and 5 Central Time, 5 to 6 Eastern. And then we start trading again. And we do trade in the evenings. That's my favorite time, actually. is to trade in the evenings. I never live trade this time of the day. I just don't. How do you find us? Kevin asks, how do you find us on YouTube? It's the same name, yes, American Dream Trading. You'll find our channel there. Has There's over 2,000 videos there. You'll find us there. I always have a backup account. What are my thoughts on quantum computing? I think it's the next great thing if it's able to be developed. Right now, it's the hot button word of the day, right? Quantum computing stocks are taking off. Now it hasn't really been developed. I understand that there are a couple computer systems out there, and it's a developing thing that really may not pay off financially for a few years down the road. My personal opinion, and $1.25 will get you a cup of coffee at McDonald's. I personally like quantum computing. I've made money on members. I actually have made money. We've made money in the pre-market off them quantum computing stocks. And generally, they're a pop and drop stock. People will run them up and then sell off. So you can make a quick buck off them. Do you want to buy it long term and hold? Yeah. Well, from the articles that I've read, that it's a long way away from being a profitable buy and hold. But we don't give financial investment or tax advice here at American Dream Trading because we are not licensed financial advisors. So anything that we say or do or you see here is purely for educational purposes only. And that is my legal disclaimer. So, yeah, do your own research. Can't tell you what to do one way or another, right? Um, is it free to get in the pre market? Well, to hang out and trade, yes, you have to be in a Zoom call with our other paid members. You have to be a VIP or a VIP Gold member or higher to trade live on a Zoom call with our other millionaires and people that are in there in that room at starting at 4 a.m. You can trade on your own at 4 a.m. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. But in a group setting, it's a lot nicer. You have more people looking out at different stocks and stuff to play and pointing out things. So yes, is it worth the money? Most definitely. It's probably the best money I've ever spent getting into the pre-market and acquiring another skill. You make money every day to pre-market. Yeah, some days it's like watching paint dry, and other days it's exciting. You can have something take off on you once in a while. Thank you everybody, Rob and Destin and Nolan and Sean and Alex and the rest of you and Carter for your follows, your likes, your shares. Appreciate it. Wearing steel over in TikTok live chat. What indicators do I use for my entry point? Okay. Well, I don't use any one indicator. I look at the big picture. Okay. Now, if I was going to enter this trade now, I wouldn't be using the EWO because I missed my entry, right? I should have entered clear back here. So I missed all that run up. So now my entry point would be this level, this historic level. This happens to be on currency. Okay. So my entry point, as long as everything else looks good, which it does, as far as an upward momentum, it's above all my other indicators. There's my VWAP, there's my 200, there's my 921.55. So for me to enter this euro currency trade, I would again, you're going to get tired of hearing this, to a break and hold before I would enter this trade to show that it wants to break through this level and move upwards. So I would not trade this yet. I would ignore that until it happens. As you can see, I have a double top. It came to this level here, and it's up there again. A double top means it's hitting that same level again. Generally, not always, but as a general rule, when it hits a double top, it will reject. It will pull back and reject off there. Now, it may come right back up and retest, but generally, double top, it will reject. As you can see, it did it here, right? It pulled back, retested briefly, broke up, and then pulled back through again. Same thing's happening here. It didn't really break through. It did briefly on, if you see those wicks on top of the candles, it briefly broke, but it couldn't hold. Now it's rejecting. Those are the little things that you learn. What's a double top? And the inverse is also true, a double bottom. And you have an example here, down here, double bottom. You see it basically hit this line. Now it did, my line's not exact here, right? I could just tweak this line a little bit, but I drew that line on purpose, even though these other ones broke through. You could see It came down to one of this historical level that I have drawn previously. Came down here, bounced off, come up, retested it, bounced around, consolidated, rejected, and start going the other way. You see, it did the same thing here, and look at all this here. So that's a pretty good line, right? Historical lines matter. Historical prices matter. People will trade those. They'll buy and sell based on these different levels. So to answer your question now, this is coming down to VWAP. This may bounce off that. I could jump in and trade that bounce off VWAP back up to this level. Will it do that? I don't know. There's a pretty good chance of doing that, but as you can see, it's pulling. Now I would use, L2 and stuff to look at this stuff to make better decisions. But to answer your question, at the time it happened, I would not re-enter this trade until it broke and hold above that level. So in this case, my entry decision was based on the level. And I also did a quick glance, where are my indicators? They're down here out of the road. So that's good for an upward momentum if it had broken and held above there. And as you can see, it didn't. It rejected. Why? Because it was a double top. See how that works? It's amazing what you can learn by being a member of American Dream Trading. Marky said SLXN's flying. Yes, we had members make a lot of money off that today. I didn't trade it personally, but American Dream Trading members traded that extensively this morning, made all kinds of money off that. Let me scroll down here. When trading MES, do you ever use the ES chart? It doesn't matter which one. The MES is the micro of the ES. It moves exactly the same way. I use the MES chart personally because why? Just because that's what I started trading out, the micros. You should always start out trading the micros. They're least expensive. They're least likely. They're not going to cost you as much money when the trade goes versus an ES. An ES is 10 of the micros. So a mini is 10 generally, as a general rule. There's some variations, but generally an ES contract is 10 times the MES, the micro. So you make 10 times the money when it moves up one click. You also lose 10 times the money when it goes down one click. So there's advantages and disadvantages. And also the price is also same way, right? So it's just like buying 10 micros to get one ES. I don't even, quite be honest with you, I don't even know, do I have the ES even charted out? I probably don't, because I don't generally trade these. There's the E-mini. I may have some lines. Yeah, I have lines on this one too. So yes, well, in this case, yes, I do have it charted out. And you can see, it moves the same way, right? You can lay these right on top of each other, basically. Now, the numbers are, again, it's smaller, but you can see it's doing the same thing. It's at the same place, it's in the same chart. It's below that below this 9 EMA indicator on the micro, just like it is on the mini. So it's the same chart. That's all. Yep. Okay. How much is the VIP? You could go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. It outlines all of our memberships there. I will play a video here for you in a few minutes also that will show you that. Now, before you go over there and purchase that, right now we do have a 25% discount on all of our memberships except for our crypto membership, because right now that is our newest level in trading that we do over here at AmericanDreamTrading.com is the crypto. So it is already heavily discounted to encourage people to get into that one. Okay. So it's already on sale per se at the pricing that it's at. So all our memberships for right now, and I don't know how long it's going to last. It could end today, tomorrow, next month. I don't know when this discount's going to end. But when you get to the checkout page, you have to, in the discount code box, just like there is on any other website, you have to use the discount code 2025, 2025. And that will instantly, when you click apply, you will see it instantly adjust the price down 25% off the cost of your membership. So if you pay for it by the year, of course, you're going to get 25% off the entire year's membership. Okay. It's 25% off on however you pay for it. So if you pay for it at 6 months intervals, the first 6 months you'll get 25% off. Your second 6 months will be at the normal price. Same way with quarterly, you would get 25% off your first quarterly payment. If you're paying monthly, then your first monthly payment would be 25%. So as you can see, there's a huge financial benefit by paying by the year. And also you save quite a bit of money paying by the year versus paying by the month. So, well, and that's true of any membership, right? We do have a subscription-based membership. So, and we do have lifetimes available occasionally. So go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and you'll see that, and you can sign up for it. If you have any questions, feel free to answer them. One of the great ways to get quick answers to your questions at any time of the day or night is to go over there and snatch our free Discord. It always was free, and it always will be free. There's no fees for being in that. By joining our Discord, which is free, you get instant access to our lounges, stock lounges in there, and you can interact with other people and ask questions. So let me, since we're getting some membership questions, allow me to spend here. It's about a 5-minute video. Now you'll see some prices on there. I believe it's the premium membership. I believe it says $200 on the screen in the video. That one's actually been price reduced down to 125 a month. So when you see that video, you'll see the variation if you happen to catch that. The website always has the latest and most up-to-date pricing. So again, we have that 25% off. So let me play this for you, and that way you can gives you a really good overview. And if you have questions, we can answer them for you. So let me play this. Here we go.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center. So any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first. Plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors. So make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded. So all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members. So if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2
He's over
years. We also
400,000
have our
now.
brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the trading view indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos, like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to americandreamtrading.com.
And there you go. There's a good overview of our membership packages we have to offer. Again, go to the website. The premium ones, I believe, is 125 a month now. Uh, we have a question. Crispy asks in the live YouTube chat, how does the Futures Group have training in the evenings? We do not have a live Zoom call training session like we are here. However, in our Discord for Futures members that have the membership, we literally talk in there 24 hours a day. Um, Futures market is open 23 hours. There are quite a few of us that love trading in the evenings, and I am one of them. We are very active whenever the market opens at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. So I'm in there every evening, and a lot of our members are, and we type out what we're saying, right? And we'll say, well, you might want to look at this or you might want to look at that. Again, we're not telling each other what to buy or sell. We are not a call out group. Matter of fact, we're not allowed to do that because we're not licensed financial, tax, or investment advisors. So we cannot give you call outs. Okay. And quite frankly, call outs don't work. However, what we will do, somebody might say, well, I'm trading gold or whatever. And then somebody say, oh, silver's moving, right? Or gold's moving, or the S&P's moving, those type of things. Or we'll call out levels that we have on our chart and those type of things. But at no time does anybody say, enter this, enter that, buy this, sell that. So we have an active discussion going on in there all the time. It's a chat. It's a live chat. Is what it is. So we actually have a dedicated live chat channel that we get in there and we discuss things. Let me show you that, as a matter of fact. Let me get my Discord over here, my own Discord. Matter of fact, even our VIP Gold, we have a live Apple chat that we have moderators that take care of that. So um, let me slide this down here. This up here a little bit. So let me switch screens here so you can see. This is the Discord. Now again, this is my desktop version, but we actually have we have a futures lounge where we post things. Okay, we have videos here that these are training videos. There's just a whole bunch in here. Look at all of them. These are all the different videos that we have for training, quite extensive. We have about prop firms in there. We have also as another benefit of a futures membership is that you get a weekly newsletter. Okay, I can show you an example of that here in a little bit. But we also have the question was how do we train in the evenings? We have this live chat. You can see, look at all the the articles, and we'll throw some memes and stuff. People are sharing their charts, what their charts look like. They're showing different things. They're talking about levels, right? Somebody said, "Oh, Doug called out platinum," right? Um,
What are you
here.
sharing? Are you sharing your screen?
Yes, you can't see that on your Zoom call, you guys. I'm sharing it to the socials. I
Oh,
would have, yeah, you're okay. I'm just showing the Discord. Um, yeah, they don't hook together. Anyway, yeah, so um, you can see all the discussions going on here. I said here at this time I was scalping gold back and forth, and that was in the morning in that case, but in the evenings, I'm trying to read here, get these through around my cataracts. Euro out here at 6:26 p.m. last night. Matt Tech talked about euros dropping off a cliff. The MES got some volume. Everything else is twice at the moment. So again, he did not say at any time go buy euro or go look at MES. He just saying, you might want to take a look at it. We all have to make our own decisions whether we want to enter a trade, right? Here's JT saying it's choppy, low volume. I mean, so people are saying things, and talking about it. Here's Ange said the gold below the 55. So that's the kind of things we do. People take screenshots, all right? People post profits. Or I posted a profit I made off the Nasdaq alone. And that was at 7 o'clock. So that was a very short time frame, right? Last night. And then we celebrate each other's winnings, loss by putting goofy things up there. So we have a good time too. But we're pretty much we're all business, right? Oil. Oil was doing well, and Derek said he has a level on his chart at 73.36. Now, did he say buy or sell at that level? No, he didn't. He's just calling out levels, historical levels he has, because somebody might be trading that for the first time, or maybe don't have their charts really good, maybe may not show that level. So that's an example of what we do in evenings and all in the early mornings, all night long, actually, right? Again, there's different times of the day we're more active than others. But in the evenings, well, I'll tell you what, we are really hammering it. And again, the London market opens at 2 a.m., so you'll see chatter in the mornings also, especially market opens up. So yeah, we make very good use, and that's how we communicate. We're not allowed to DM each other any more than we will ever DM you. We don't do that. That's not how we communicate. We communicate through the Discord, and that's how we um, talk to each other. I'm not allowed to, even though I've known Ange for a year and Ralph for 2 years, I'm not allowed to DM. We're not allowed to DM each other, right? That will get us kicked out of American Dream Trading. And why do we do that? So that somebody doesn't get fooled into thinking that I'm a member when I'm actually a scammer, because if you've been on social media, anybody can copy your profile, right? The more popular you are on social media, more fake accounts are going to be. And anybody that you follows, I guarantee you, they probably got somebody's made 100 fake accounts of them. So you do have to be careful. So that's why we have uh, a strict rule of no DMing each other. We will never contact you. And you see that on my disclaimer scroll that's going on the bottom of my screen here. We'll never contact you. This is how we communicate. We communicate through our Discord only, and through with paid memberships through our live Zoom calls. And Zoom also has a live Zoom chat also that we communicate, because not everybody likes talking through a mic. They feel more comfortable typing something out. So we provide those ways of communicating. So anyhow, that's that. Uh, so that's how we train on the off hours. DJJ, Steve, I'm guessing you can't trade futures to the downside. That would be an incorrect assumption. That's the great thing about trading futures rather than just trading individual stocks. We are trading contracts and we are doing it on a margin account. So I could trade this two different ways. I can trade what they would call a long position, which means I believe the price is going up. So I will buy a long position going up. If I think the price is going down, I will do a short. So I will take a short position. So we make money when the price goes up. We make money when the price goes down. So I can say I was writing this up and then it starts switching the way it's going. I would immediately switch to shorts and make money as this goes down. It switches again. I go back into longs. When it goes back down, I can go into shorts. You do that all day long, in and out. So we make money when the market goes up. We make money when the market goes down. And one of the things, it happens to me at least once a month. I'll run into somebody that knows that I day trade, and I am just a pure day trader. I don't long-term invest per se, even though I do have a few long-term holdings. I mean, I have my 401k, which, well, it's an IRA now, but so I do have that also. But I don't. I am here to make money, whatever I can make at this very minute. I'm in and out, in and out, in and out. Whether that in and out is a minute or whether it's 5 hours, I'm in and out. Okay. At the end of the day, I hold nothing overnight. I just don't. No reason for me to. So I'll hear people say, "Well, I bet you had a bad day trading in the stock market today. Market crashed." I'm like, no, actually made a boatload of money. We actually make, if you're trading stock options, I mean, or you're trading on a margin account, you could trade up and down. Now, generally, with a pure just trading individual stocks, unless you have a margin account, you can only make money when it goes up, and that's how people think. The market went up, you made money. If the market goes down, you lose money. While on the surface that is true for people that only trade stocks, that is not true for people that trade stock options. If you trade stock options, you can buy calls when it goes up and you can buy puts for when you think the price is going down. In futures, you can buy when the price goes up and when you can buy shorts when the price goes down. You can do the same thing in crypto. Again, as long as your broker allows you to do that, you can make money when the market goes up and down. So that's the great thing. People are shocked when you say, "Oh no, I made all kinds of money." We talk about, you know. So I just kind of look on her face because the general public does not understand this. This is a big mystery to 99% of the world, right? Well, you can't make money trading penny stocks. Well, I can introduce you to no less than 10 people in our group that are multimillionaires because they started out trading penny stocks. When I say multimillionaire, I'm not just talking 1 or 2 million. We have members, active members that have made 10, 12, 20, well over $30 million trading. They started out trading penny stocks, right? And they still trade them, right? In the morning at 4 a.m. Now they progressed as they went along in their trading and education. They started trading stock options and things, which you can make a lot of money doing that when you get an acceleration of the price. You get the Greeks accelerate your earnings, or if you're in a short or a put, your earnings are accelerated when the price drops a lot. You get these big candles. Now, the opposite is true too. If it reverses on you, your losses are accelerated. So you got a risk reward there trading stock options. Now with futures, we don't have that built into it. It's more trading futures is sort of like trading stocks, other than we can trade it up and down. If this goes up $1, we make $1. If it drops down, we lose our dollar. If it goes back up $1, we make our dollar back. Where stock options, you have what they call the Greeks. It's a mathematical formula built into those contracts. While it's beneficial for going up in that acceleration, and in that regard, a stock option is a better for money. You'll make a lot more money trading stock options. However, there's an exaggerated risk trading those type of instruments. I love trading stock options. I made a lot of money doing that. However, I love trading the futures because because I'm trading with this is a margin account. I'm making money when it goes up. I'm making money when it goes down. That opened a whole new world for me. I do not have to worry about the accelerated losses with a stock option. And what do I mean by that? With what they call the Greeks, it's their mathematical formulas. There's delta, gamma, theta. There's all kinds of things in there, right? I don't pretend to understand all that. All I know is if this drops real fast, I lose a lot of money in a hurry, right? And if it goes way up real fast, I make a lot of money, right? But if it pulls back on you, let's say it pulls back a whole, we're just going to say $1, okay? You may actually have to make $2 back to get your $1 back, okay? Because when your losses are accelerated in a stock option contract, you have an accelerated loss. So it has to gain not only where it started its drop at, it may actually have to. So let's just say it pulled from here to here, this line to this line. All right. So I lost all that money from here to there. But when this goes back up, if I'm still holding it, I may actually have to get up to this level to just get back my money that I lost. So there's a percentage that it actually has to go above and beyond just to break even again. So with the futures, we don't have that. It's a pure, if it goes up $1, you make $1. If it drops $1, you lose $1. If it goes back up $1, you get your dollar back, right? I don't have to make $2 to get my $1 back. So that's the great thing about it. So Bayside Jim asks, hey, Mark, what's your favorite futures to trade? Well, I'm not in love with any particular thing. I'm in love with the ones that will make me money. I don't care what it is. Now, I do have mine favorites because we all have favorites. Just like you have children, you have a favorite child, whether you want to admit it or not. One of them's your favorite. I don't care what you say. I don't care what mom and dad said. I was always their favorite, even though I wasn't. So I love trading gold. I love trading oil. Um, I like trading the euro as far as currencies go. I also like trading, believe it or not, soybeans. Now, I traded it today. I made really nice money on trading soybean oil today. I was trading that like crazy for the longest time, and I hadn't. So I started. Well, I haven't traded that for a long time. So I looked at that this morning, and I was able to make money on that. I was trading a lot of soybean there for a while, and I just kind of got away from it. Um, but I love trading gold. I love trading oil. Silver's nice too. I haven't traded it as extensively, but my top two is oil and gold right now. And again, there's hundreds of things you can trade, and you can't trade them all. So you need to focus your attention span on a few things. Find 1 to 3, or maybe up to 5 that you like, get them good and charted out so you know your levels. So if the currencies aren't moving, I'll go look at oil. Is oil moving? Yeah, oil's kind of flat now. Well, let's go see what gold's doing, right? Oh, look, gold's dropping. I can make money on it. I already have my chart charted out, so I can come up here and short this real quick, right? I come up here and see if I can make some money. I'm just jumping in here. I'm just to prove a point, right? What happened to that button work? Don't know. I didn't hit it. So I'm going to short this. Let me try this again. Oh, I know why. I exceeded my pay because I was clicking a button so much. I exceeded my fake money account. So here, let me trade this. All right, so that already pulled back. Well, let's just say I was going to short this. I'm going to wait now. I wouldn't jump in this now till it breaks back down and holds below that. Let's just say it is. I'm like, oh, okay, gold's moving, so I'll start trading gold, right? Okay, I made my money. I'm going to leave gold now. Bang, I'm out of it. All right, well, gold quit moving. Let me go see over here. Is there something moving here? Eh, oil's just kind of hanging out. It's not really doing anything exciting. I'm not going to waste time as money, right? I'm not going to sit here all day and wait for that to move. Some people might, but I have my, I guess you want to say top 5. Okay. Now you'll see over here on my widget, I have a whole bunch listed here. Okay. This is right sitting here behind my head on the screen here. I have a watch list of the ones that we trade, but I also have ones on here I don't trade because I share my screen. And if one of the members have a question about trading, the Canadian dollar and US dollar, I can switch to that and it'll load these things up for me. That's why those are there. But I like gold. I like oil. I like the euro. I like soybean oil. I like trading those. But when it comes down to it, if none of those are moving, I'll go find something that is. Maybe it's the Russell 2000. All right. Maybe I'll jump in that. I do like the Russell, mainly because I was trading the Qs. QQQ when I was trading stock options, and I kind of was my jam there for a while. So, but right now it's gold and oil. Those are my top two, and the euro. Top three would be gold, oil, and the euro. But don't ever fall in love with one. You go wherever you can make money. I don't care who she is. If the girl smiles at me, I'm going to take her to the dance. You know, and if she ain't, I'm taking her home, dumping her on her mom and dad's doorstep. I don't care. What else do we got? How do I get my levels on the chart? Now, I did cover that on one of our prior training sessions. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to start out. I don't know if I have something here that's, um, let me pick, trying to think of something that I don't really trade about the Canadian dollar. Let me look at the Canadian dollar here. That's not the right one here. E, here we yeah, right here. So let's just pretend I was going to start. I wanted to start trading the Canadian dollar. Okay. Get this out of the road. You can see I don't trade it actively. I got a few lines on here, but that's because at one point or another, a member asked a question about it. So I threw some lines on here. Okay. So I can very easily just go like this. I can start with a clean chart. So what I do is how do I get my lines on there? So what I will do, and everybody has their own way of doing it. Some people will start with a day chart, okay? And what they'll do, each one of these candles represents one day's movement. So what am I going to do? I'm going to look for where does it tend to rise and fall and hit at the same day. So I'm looking for levels. So I'll go up here where it hit. Does this look pretty good? Maybe there's a lot of movement there, or I'll look down here and what I'll do is I'll pop a line on there, all right? There's there a lot of candles that hit this level? I'll look, yeah, that's pretty close, right? You can tweak it a little bit, right? Things are never exactly always going to hit, but there's a bunch right there to hit that level. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick scroll across, see if there's more things. If it hit, let me see if there's any more confirmations. If I can find where the Canadian dollar dropped that low, right? And you can see it really hasn't been up in the air. It's kind of dropping to a real low. So that's a good level for what I can see right now, right? And I just rinse and repeat. I'll find where it hits multiple places, not just one place, but I need multiple places where it hits. And then I'll scroll forward and backwards as I add lines to see if there's confirmations where it hits. And I'll adjust them as I need it. I can go up here. Again, I'm not going to sit here and go through this whole thing, but I will quickly plop lines on here. I'll start with, day. I can see where it starts and finishes every day. And then I'll break it down. I may go to a 4-hour chart. Now, personally, I just start with a 4-hour. I don't do the daily, but people do. I'm just trying to give you a rough idea, right? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'll go to a 4-hour chart. Is there multiple places? And let's just pretend that I'm saying that I've seen it hit multiple places here, and I'll just keep doing that. And then I'll look across, right? Is there confirmations as I scroll across, as I add lines on, as it continue hitting there? Do I need to tweak some of my lines? So now I got lines on there, a day, an hour. I may jump down to an hour or I may go down to a 2-minute chart, right? That's a short, very short term. I can look here and see, I want confirmation that it hits that level multiple times. So that's what you do. I'm not looking just for a singular instance. I want to see historically as I scroll back and forth, is that line pretty good? Does it tend to hit that and either resist when it comes up or bounce off of it when it comes down and hits it, right? Because the level matters when the price is going up to hit it. It also matters when the prices come down. So that's how you do it. You can plop lines on there pretty quick, right? Now, if you're going to take your time and get good lines on there, obviously, I've just shown you for demonstration purposes. So that's how I come about getting those lines, and we train you how to do that. And everybody has their own little twerks that they do, things that they do. The way I do it, Ange doesn't do it that way. Ralph doesn't do his that way. Everybody has their way of doing things. Some people put more lines on. They'll use different colors to signify different things. You can make it as complicated or as little as you want on your charts of personal preference. But you have to know what they mean if you're going to put those lines on there. So that answers that question. So that's how we come about that. Those are historical levels. I want to see it hit more than once or twice, right, to give me confidence that now that I'm in this trade, which I can, if you look at my gold, if I squinch this down, see all my lines I got on there? I have some, as you can see, they're gold colors. Those are very strong levels. I have some zones here where it tends to trade in these channels that I have marked on that it likes. As a matter of fact, today it was in this channel trading, right? So you see throughout my chart, I have line. Now, of course, gold hasn't been up at this level, so I don't have no chart there. It doesn't matter. It's not up that high, right? So I don't need to know that. And I've been trading this, and there's lines down here, not so many as I go down further. Now, when I scrunch them all together, it's just a bunch of noise, right? But as I reset these, as I reset my chart and I get it to where I'm actively trading, again, I'm spreading it out. These are all now I have historical lines that I've taken the time, whether it was 2 minutes or 2 hours, that I've worked on my charts to get these good levels. You could draw a line on every candle, but what's that going to tell you? Nothing, right? So you want to see historical places that it tends to reject off of or stop its upward movement or stop its downward movement. So you're getting a zone, right? A type of thing. So, there's no sense having, I could put 50 additional lines in here, but that doesn't tell me anything, right? So you want to kind of look for those highs and lows at each period and each, 4-hour chart, day chart, whatever, and break it down little by little. So since I typically trade in the 2 minute and the 1 minute. When I'm scalping, I always trade on a 1 minute. I may even go down to a 30 second, not very often. But generally, when we scalp, we trade on a 1 minute candle. Can I trade on a 30 second or a 15 second? Yeah. But then you get a lot of these candles just jumping around and it freaks you out more. So the little bit longer time zone, I find the 1 minute is a little better. And that's what coach teaches too. Trade on a 1 minute when you're scalping. You don't have all that herky jerky candle movements, not knowing where it's really going to go to. So, what else we got here? Okay. All right. So where's Coach? Coach is live every day from 9 to 11. I am Mark McSee. I am the futures trainer. Uh, Coach is actively still working, but he is live daily from 9 to 11. I do it from 2 to 4, and Don has the aftermarket show from 5 to 6:30. So no, Coach did not sell his account. He's still here. Uh, but I am a moderator, and the moderators help split up the heavy load. Many hands make a heavy load light. Coach spent years in here live every day, 12, 14 hours a day. And the business has grown so much. Now we're helping to share the load. He trained me, and now I'm helping share that knowledge with you. Anything you hear come out of my mouth, I learned from Coach. And hopefully, I continue to espouse his trading principles and techniques with you. And believe me, if I go off the reservation, I will get a slap down from Coach. I espouse and I firmly believe in Coach's strategies and training principles, and that's why you hear me parroting the same thing to you. Why do I believe in? Because I've been doing this for 2 years. I know they all work. I've proven they work. I have proven what happens when you don't follow his trading strategies and his rules. I lose money, right? We all have been down that road. So, um, anyhow, thanks for asking. No one cares about your. Well, thanks for here. Hang out. You might learn a few things. Um, any other questions we have right now? So you need to follow Coach's rules and his trading strategies. If you don't, you can end up losing money. James over there in TikTok Live asks, "What broker do I use?" I use TradingView. That's the broker that of choice that I use personally. Coach trains using TradingView. That's kind of why I'm using it. That's really the only reason I like it. It's easy to use. I have no issues um, um, getting my money from them. I can fill out a request today, and my money will be the money that I requested to take out of my broker account with Webull will be in my bank account tomorrow morning. So I have no issues. They're pretty good, I believe, in my opinion, and the general opinion of our group, right? So I'm happy with them. You don't have to use Weeble. You can use whoever you want. Nothing says if you become a member of American Dream Trading that you have to use Weeble. If you're happy where you're at, there's no reason to change. A lot of our members use TOS and they're happy with TOS. TOS has fantastic customer service. People that have TOS, they love it. They sing the praises about their customer service and everything. Is every broker perfect and have everything that you may want or like? Of course not. Nobody can please everybody. And that's quite frankly, we're a hard bunch of people to please, right? As humans, we want things our way all the time and it don't work. Destined to be great. Do we use prop firms? We do have prop firms, links to them. I don't personally use one. However, I'm going to be here in a very near future. Coach has some recommended ones. The list is very short. And the only reason the ones that we have recommended is because he has checked them out. Now, I'm not going to cover that here. That's a totally different thing. We are not a prop firm, right? We are an educational company. We teach you how to do this, hence this free outreach to all the social medias. How do we do what we do? It's just the tip of the iceberg. Of course, we want you to purchase a membership to step up your training, right? We start training and trading at 4 a.m. in the morning in the pre-market on a live Zoom call. You can sit in there on a live Zoom call with a live open mic, ask questions, discuss trades, stocks, whatever's going on at the time. And we do continue that till 4 p.m. daily. And of course, we're live here 3 times a day for free. And you're welcome to watch these as long as you like. But when you're ready to step it up, grab one of them free memberships. At the least, you should go grab our free Discord because in there you can interact with other members live in our Discord channel. And there's also some training materials in there that you will get instant access to that you don't have right now. And there's also discount. There's actually a discount in there for this TradingView membership that I use. Again, this has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. It's an independent software, but it's one of the most widely used around the world, literally. And I like it because of the visual. Nothing wrong with Weeble. I traded on Weeble forever. I still do occasionally. But I've incorporated my Weeble account and linked my account to TradingView so I can conduct live trades, even though this is a paper trade. I haven't linked to my paper trading. I can trade live with my Weeble account, and it takes the money right out of my account and puts it right back in by using TradingView. Great piece of software. Highly recommend you check it out. They do have a free version that you can look at. I believe you can download it. Very limited. They also have a web version, they have a phone version, they have a tablet version, so you can use it on any device, just like most of your brokers do. um, right. We'll take that off there. People pushing bots. We don't use bots. If bots work, everybody will use them. Thanks for posting that anyway. Uh, Thanks for playing. Come back again later. Straight razor. Do I start with a small account? If so, what's the first thing you trade? Did I start with a small account? What's the first thing you traded? Well, number one, when you come into American Dream Trading, you come in with $0. We do not want you to trade with real money. How do you stop yourself from trading with real money? Don't fund an account. We want you to come in. We want you to listen. If it means coming in and listening to these lives for the near future, take advantage of. These are free. They don't cost you a dime. Now, the training that you're going to get is limited. Let's face it. We're only here for a couple hours daily, and I'm all over the place answering questions, right? So we're not doing any extensive training or deep diving type training. I'm kind of giving you an overview of how we do things, how I think, what are coaches' strategies, those type of things. So if you want to step it up, of course, paid membership would be the way to go. Uh, so you should come in. You don't fund an account. We want you to listen, take notes, start asking questions, interact, You can have an open mic as a paid member and ask Coach directly questions. After Coach is done for the day, our live moderators take over in our live Zoom chats that you don't see, and we continue the training till 4 p.m. every day. So we are literally live on our Zoom calls from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours every single day. Futures, we are live. We train live on our Zoom call starting at noon. So we're already training for 2 hours before we come live here like you see now. And we also interact through our Discord up to 23 hours a day. Well, I mean, you could do it 24, right? But the market's closed for an hour every day into futures market. So I did that initially. I listened. Now I thought I was smarter than Coach. I came in, I had money waving it around, and I funded my account and proceeded to lose money because I didn't listen to the sound of Coach's voice and his rules, and it ended up costing me money. Now, fortunately, I finally hunkered down and listened to the sound of Coach's voices, embraced his trading strategies and his rules, and I was very successful by the end of my first year. I actually made more money than I was making at my 9 to 5 job as a highly rewarded manager at a union manufacturing shop. Okay. Second year, I just finished my second full year. I joined in January, and I even made more money last year. So we don't want you to come in here and start waving money around, start throwing money at, hoping you make money. Okay, we want you to listen. We want you to embrace what is being taught, and then once you get a little bit of over education, your brain quits feeling like mush from all the information overload that you're going to get. Right? Because we even talk about things that are above your level, right? Because we have members that are at different trading levels. Some are trading futures, some are trading crypto, some are trading stocks, some are trading stock options, some are day trading, some are swing trading, some are long term investing, some are dividend trading. So, as you can imagine, with over 10,000 members, we get questions on all those subjects on a daily basis. So, Coach will spend time, and the other moderators will spend time answering those questions. Does that mean you just turn it off when they start talking about crypto and you're not interested in crypto? No. You listen. As you listen, you start absorbing these things. So someday you may want to trade crypto, right? Someday you might want to trade stock options. Someday you might want to trade futures. So as you're going to hear all these things as the day goes by, and you pay more attention to the things that interest you, and you kind of listen to things that maybe don't at this time, but it will benefit you in the long run. So after you do that for a while, then you can start paper trading like you see me doing here with a paper trading account. It clearly shows right here at the bottom of my screen. This is a paper trading account. I'm not risking any real money to learn how to enter and exit a trade. Okay. So you get that, you learn the basic purpose of paper trading in reality is to learn how to enter and exit a trade, how to draw lines on your chart, or if you want to draw fancy boxes and other indicators, you can do it to your heart's desire, right? American Dream Trading, we try to keep it as simple as possible. We don't want you throwing, 15 different indicators on here because what happens is now you're going to suffer from analysis paralysis. You have all these indicators telling you these different things, and then you can overcomplicate the simple. Okay. So as you develop and you get more confident, then you may consider funding account and then going in on small trades, right? Getting your feet wet because when you start trading real money, it's an entirely different world. You could do real well trading on paper, right? And you want to treat it like it's real, but I don't care who you are, you will suffer I don't know if suffer is a word. You will experience a totally different trading experience when you go from paper trading to trading real money. You will have physical reactions that I really can't describe. You just have to experience when you start trading real money. Your whole attitude changes because now your skin is in the game. I can lose money. I can wreck my account. I can lose it all, or I can make money too, right? Make good money. So we prefer that you would take steps. Now, can we stop you from just jumping in here and throwing real money? Of course not. We're not sitting there at your desk taking your mouse away from you, right? We have no control over that. We just do that we ask that you do what is suggested. because we want you to preserve. We really do. We want you to be successful. We want you to take your time. None of you were making money in the futures market yesterday, so don't get excited that you're not making money in the futures market today or tomorrow, right? Take your time, learn a new skill that nobody can take away from you once you learn it, right? Then and only then should you consider trading with real money. And believe me, we have people come in here every day, start throwing money at stuff thinking they're going to be the next millionaire, and they end up blowing up their account and leaving, and we never hear from them again. We have no control over that. We really don't. We don't have control over if you don't choose to listen to coach's rules either. We have no control. It's up to you to have that discipline to do it. I can tell you that if you will absorb what we say, and if you're patient and you take the time to study, you take the time to learn how to paper trade, learn how to apply coaches trading strategies, that your likelihood of success is a lot higher. Okay. We make no promises that you're going to be the next millionaire. We never have, never will. All we're saying is if you take your time, whatever that is, it could be 2 months, 3 months, a year. Everybody learns at a different level. We want you to be successful. We want the best for you. We're not promising you that you're going to be able to buy a Ferrari. TikTok is full of people like that. "Oh, I'll give you these call outs and you buy it when I tell you to buy it and you sell it when I tell you. And you too could drive a Ferrari just like mine or a Lamborghini just like mine." Yeah, whatever. Those guys are a dime a dozen. They're here today, gone tomorrow, right? Call outs do not work. We are not a call out group. We are an education group. When we call out a stock or a stock option or a futures name, that is not an inducement to buy. That's hey, you might go take a look at it. You are trained to make your own decisions. We will never tell you, hey, go buy gold. It's going up. It's going to the moon, right? Or short it. It's going to the basement, right? We don't do that. You ultimately have to make that decision, you know. Well, I could say, well, gold's moving. Well, you still got to make your decision. By the time somebody calls out something, it may have moved the other way. That happens all the time, right? And it may not be where you wanted that to jump in. I have to make that decision on my own. Darren, you asked, what's the difference between buy, sell, market, ask, or bid? Well, you can buy. If you see here on my L2 screen widget over here, you have the bid and you have the ask. In the oversimplified version, bid is people want to buy it at this price. Ask is what people want to sell it at. Okay. Now you can buy on the ask and you can sell on the bid. Okay. Especially if you're shorting, you're going to sell on the bid. If you're going long, you want to sell on the ask. But you can do it either way. But generally, that's what it is. The bid is what people want to pay for it. The ask is what people want to sell it at in its simplified version. I sell at market. Market means when I click if I trade at market, if I'm using market and I click that button, that is not buying it at any specific price. It's going to buy it at what the price is the minute I click that button. It could be the exact price I see, but if you get a big candle spike up or down when the price is moving rapidly, like say people see this huge candle here, that moved that distance in 1 minute. I may have clicked the button here, but it may not have filled up here because the time it took those X's and O's to cross the internet, right, and get to the broker, it may have moved that fast. So when you buy at market, you're basically buying and selling, entering or exiting a trade at whatever it is whenever it gets processed. And it's instantaneous. I mean, it's not that bad, but at times, if you happen to click that button just as that candle, somebody dumps a bunch of orders in, right? You could potentially end up getting in up here instead of down here. That's the danger of buying at market. I buy and sell at market every single day. Every one of my trades are market orders. I don't. I'm a scalper at heart, so I buy and sell at market. I don't care because I'm in and out so quick. It fills it, bang, it's filled. Now, you can also determine what price you pay by what they call a limit order. Okay, I can punch a price that I want to buy it at, type that number in and hit buy, or if I'm shorting it, hit sell, and it will not execute that order until it hits that price. So if I want to wait for a cheaper price, right? I've already missed this here, but well, I don't want to So I'm going to wait till that pulls back or drops down to a price before I get filled to increase my profit potential. It's called waiting, and we call it waiting in the weeds, right? But that's a limit order, and you can also set a limit sell order. Also, instead of sitting here actively manage it, I can tell it at what price I want it to sell. So if it hits that price, it'll automatically sell it. Now, if it doesn't hit that price, it won't sell it. So I don't do those limit order. I have uh, quite extensively done purchase limit buy and sell orders, but I don't. That's not my jam now. I've switched how I trade over time. Okay, and I'm not saying everything a market buy and sell is for you. It's just how I do it. I'm a scalper. I'm in and out. I'm not going to worry about setting it at a fixed price like a limit order would do. Now, again, you always trade with a stop, but I am doing in and out. So yes, I could potentially pay more for the same trade by getting in a little later on a giant move. But your normal candle moves, it's going to be pretty tight, pretty close. So, all right, we are in Power Hour. Oh, my golly, we're about out of time, aren't we? Who's doing all the talking? That guy never shut up once, did he? No wonder I'm losing my voice. We are here from 2 to 4 each and every day, Monday through Friday. Tomorrow, what is today? Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is FOMC day. If you listened to my warning yesterday, if you're a new trader, I would not even trade tomorrow. FOMC meeting, I think I said he was a Treasury Secretary yesterday. I was wrong. He's a Fed chairman, Federal Reserve chairman. Uh, I don't know if that's what I said or not, but I think I did. It's not the Treasury Secretary. He's a Federal Reserve Chairman. The FOMC, the governors all get together and they look at the economy and they decide whether they're going to raise or lower rates or leave them changed. The words that come out of their mouth at 2 o'clock tomorrow when they release their press statement giving their decision will move the markets. Which way is it going to move? We don't know because we don't know what he's going to say. It could be good and the market takes off. He could say something bad and the market crashes. Or he could say what everybody's expecting him to say, and he gives, whatever, and the market don't do anything. So it's one of the most volatile days that you can trade is the FOMC meeting day. Now they are meeting today, so they're finalizing what they're going to say publicly tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So there will be chaos at 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow potentially. You're a new trader, it's the easiest way to destroy your account. If you're on the wrong side of a trade, matter of fact, you shouldn't even be in a trade at that time. Protect you because you don't know what they're going to say, and there's usually a knee-jerk reaction to what they say. And then again, when the Fed chairman takes the podium at 2:30, he has a press conference in front of reporters publicly. There'll be financial reporters there from all over the world wanting to ask him questions. The entire world watches this, so there will be a reaction. Now, tomorrow, if you're here live, we'll show you what the reaction is because it's going to happen at 2 o'clock. Now, if you're not here at 2 o'clock, don't worry. We'll come back and we can scroll back and I'll show you. Okay. We'll tell you what the news was and what the reaction was, what it meant, what they said. Okay. And then at 2:30, he goes to the podium. He usually talks 10, 15 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, whatever. His statement, his official statement. And then the reporters start asking questions. And they hang on every word that he says, what them reporters ask. So a lot of volatility. You'll see generally between 2 and 3 p.m., the market go up and down, all around, and you never know what's going to happen. Can you make a lot of money on that news? You sure can. But you can also lose your account doing that stuff. So anyway, that will be tomorrow. We'll cover that live tomorrow. So I do thank everybody for being here. We are live here from 2 to 4 p.m. live daily. American Dream Trading is live for free daily from 9 to 11 with Coach. I am live from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time daily, and we have the aftermarket show starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time each and every night over on YouTube. Check that out. Say hi to Dawn. Say you heard about us from the future. She'll know what you're talking about. So I thank everybody for being here. Make sure anybody you come in contact with that you try to brighten their day up because you don't really know what anybody's going through at any given time. So thank you and see you tomorrow.